4 months overdue. Allister was finally unveiled as Springbok coach on Tuesday, immediately sparking a social media debate about the merits and demerits of his appointment and the appointment of his assistant coaches. I guess the only question that really matters is, can this management team take South Africa back where we belong, first on the World Rugby rankings and a World Championship?
So I think the crux to that question is back where we belong. So where do we belong? Do we belong with a representative side, or do we belong at the top of the RB rankings, as you say? The two are not mutually exclusive, and a column by Semenekwe on the site this week speaks exactly to that, and he's 100% right.
Yeah.
They aren't mutually exclusive. However, transformation has been handled dreadfully poorly, and for the national coach now to be tasked with transformation, so 2019 we've got to have a 50-50 split, that is indescribably terrible.
Yeah.
And for me, it's an indictment on how we've handled transformation thus far. So for Kile Mbulula to sit at that press conference looking like the cat that ate the cream, that's the kind of thing that gets my goat. So, okay, they're not mutually exclusive. However, your Bok coach needs to have plenty of players being fed through the system, starting from clubs, starting from schools, into varsities, into provinces, into franchises, then into Springbok level. And I think it's dreadfully unfair to ask Allister to now be in charge of that at the highest level in the game. That for me is a huge worry.
Right, it's basically an admission that all the money that has been spent by government, by SA Rugby at grassroots to grow black players has been a complete and utter failure.
Fact. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better. And so where should transformation money be being thrown? I mean, it's clearly at grassroots level, but then it requires a level of attention, a level of planning, and a level of thought process. And that just hasn't happened. And this is with due respect to Sorry, because my word, they have put a lot of effort into it. So where does the fault lie? I don't think today is about that, but certainly government hasn't played a part in that.
Right. One of the points that Sim makes in that column is that excellence has not been sacrificed at the altar of transformation with the selection of Allister. I agree completely. So we need to judge Allister based on his performance as head coach. We're not going to sort of kid gloves it and say, well, you know, the team didn't perform, but it's okay because we met transformation parameters.
Well, I actually tend to disagree. So I think we're not going to beat around the bush. There's a transformation angle to this appointment. What Sorry need to do now is put the KPIs out there, make them public,
right,
and tell us, the public, how we are going to judge this coach.
Okay.
Because I think it would be dreadfully unfair if his primary goal is to get to 50-50 by 2019, and then we, the media and the public, judge him only on wins. Isn't that unfair? So let's get the KPIs out there. Let's know what it's all about, and let's judge Allister accordingly. Let's give him a fair chance at the position.
Yeah, for starters, I know you wanted Robbie Fleck and Matt Proudfoot. He got Mzandile Stick and Johan van Kraan, not his first choice. But the good news is that the Moby unit will still be involved. So one of the guys we'll see there is Peter de Villiers, still working with the scrum. Leads to question of the week. Our viewer wants to know basically which of the props have impressed you in Super Rugby this season. I know Peter de Villiers was the guy who had Cooney at tight head. Do you think that'll continue? Have you been impressed with Cooney scrumming this season?
No. Oh, he's been dreadful. I mean, it's part of the Sharks' implosion. It was horrific on the weekend. Look, I mean, I've been extremely vocal on that, and nothing seems to have changed. He's just, you don't make a tight head. They're born. They're blocks of granite. They have problems,
That's another episode.
Yes, indeed. But the guys that have impressed, and there's been a lot of them. So at Lucid, Charles Murray, Cheetahs, unbelievable. This Dylan Smith guy for the Lions, who smashed Cooney on the weekend, absolutely ate him.
Yeah.
They call him the Sonny Bull of props. So he's got proper pace. He's been good. And then Max van Dijk has taken a huge step up at tight head. Sorry, and the other loose head is JC Bjanse van Rensburg. I think he's been good. So Max van Dijk has been good at tight head, and then Frans Malherbe has been exceptional when he's come on for the Stormers. So lots of prop reserves, which is fantastically exciting. In the past year, who's going to take over from Yanni?
Yep.
Now I think we've got both loose head and tight head reserves, and I think we're looking good in that department.
Yes or no, Cooney Oosthuizen, he's a contract at Springbok. Does he go back to loose head prop?
Well, he's not allowed to. The surgeon has said he can't play loose head.
Wow.
So his only option is a tight head. So my issue has always been, okay, he has to play tight head, but surely he's got to prove himself at club level,
sure,
then provincial level. So the fact that they've been messing around at the highest level, it's a bit like the transformation gig. You don't make a tight head while he's playing for the Springboks. He has to earn his stripes as he comes up. So that's my biggest issue there. And so, yeah, he can't play lucid.
Just
He's not entitled.
Wipe your mouth. You're getting excited. We've run out of time, guys. That's it for this week. Thanks very much for tuning in. Stay with us. We're heading into round 8 of Super Rugby. And be sure to send us your questions using the hashtag ThinkTank. Until next time, ciao.